Today we will be showing one full turn sequence in Strength and Sorcery. The dwarf player would begin the turn sequence by purchasing units. In this example, I'm buying 2 warriors at $5 each and a cannon worth $3. I saved $1 and will hold on to this until my next purchase. The second turn sequence is to draw another magic card into your hand. The third turn sequence is to cast any map magic. In this example, I've drawn the magic card Luck, which allows me to add or subtract from a dice roll. This card is an instant and can therefore be cast at any point in the game. Additionally, Luck can be played during map magic or combat. The second magic card is Discovery and can only be played during map magic. I will play this card now and receive $3 and add it to my remaining money for the next purchase turn. The fourth turn sequence is Combat Move. In this example, I will direct 3 separate attacks. I will invade the neutral green skin territory located above my capital by moving my warriors, Rune Mage, and Hero into the territory. However, I will use the 4 cannons located in Breck to fire into the undead territory, while firing my cannon in my capital into the combat. Furthermore, I will shoot my northern cannons into the bordering neutral greenskin territory. This is a good way for the dwarves to scout how many goblins are in a territory before committing to combat. The fifth turn sequence begins by conducting combat. Shooting into the undead territory, I received hits. Shooting into the northern greenskin territory, I received hits, which reveal how many goblins are located within. The last combat will need to be settled on the combat board. Place all the greenskin units on their section of the defense board. Also, place all the dwarf attacking pieces on the defense board. Now I would go through a combat round, which can be found on page 13 of the War Manual. Before the combat begins, I will roll dice for my cannon's Bombard ability. Now, the Rune Mage will attempt to cast its summoning spell on a dice roll of 4 or less. The spell was successful, and a rock element will be included in 1 round of combat. Next, the defense army would cast their spells. The Orc Shaman will attempt to cast Bloodlust on a dice roll of 5 or less. Again, the spell is successful, and all Orcs, including the Orc Shaman, will increase their defense. At this point, the attacker would roll dice for each unit. The number that player seeks to roll less than can be found on the side panel of the attack board. There are 7 warriors attacking at 2 or less. Therefore, the dwarf player would roll 7 dice, seeking the roll of 2 or less. Notice how I place dice, coordinated with the amount of hits next to the friendly stack of units. Immediately after this, attack with the Rune Mage, followed by the Engineer. Now the greenskin army defends by rolling for their goblins. Due to the enmity between their ancient foes, the goblins' ability Ancestral Hatred will come into play. Ancestral Hatred allows all greenskins to re-roll failed to hit dice once. So I simply remove the dice that missed and roll them again. Continue to roll the defense for the Orcs and Shaman with Ancestral Hatred. Both the attacker and defender would allocate hits received by choosing the units that were hit. Roll for armor saves if applicable. Rolling for armor saves is the only time in Strength and Sorcery where you want to roll high. Receiving too many casualties, the dwarves will retreat into their capital. The 6th turn sequence is non-combat. During this phase, the dwarf player would be able to move units which did not fight combat into an adjoining friendly territory. Using the miner's ability, Mountain Pass, I will move my 2 miners into the mountains. The 7th turn sequence is Place Purchased Units. Dwarf player will place purchased units from the purchased unit phase into their capital. The 8th turn sequence is the collect income phase. I can check the homeland production chart to see how much money the dwarves receive. I did not move up any money, so I collect $14, which I add to my existing money and my end turn. Up next is the undead.